Welcome to NHL Draft Pros. On today's video, we're going to take a look at Artyom Levshunov. He's a big mobile D that plays at Michigan State University for the Spartans. So we're going to break down some game tape to see what makes him one of the top prospects for the 2024 NHL Draft. And as always, can you please subscribe and hit that like button? We are approaching 7,000 subscribers, so please smash that subscribe button and help me reach that goal. I really appreciate it, and thank you. Okay, Artyom Levshunov, he's a 6'2", 200-plus pound defenseman, right shot defenseman, and we know that the NHL, they love right-handed D. And if we look at his NHL draft rankings, NHL Central Scouting has him at number 2 for North American skaters. Yes, behind Macklin Celebrini only. That is pretty high praise. McKeen's has him at 7. TSN Bob McKenzie, 3. Elite Prospects, 4. The Hockey News is the one that has him the lowest at 20. So, but we're looking at top 10 projection already. All right, so if we look at his stats, last year he played in the USHL, 42 points in 62 games as a defenseman. Not too bad for a 16-year-old. Now this year, at the NCAA level, 32 points in 34 games. Very impressive for a freshman defenseman. And if you look at overall, in the last 20 years, defense, he is second on the list for points per game in his draft year at .94, behind Zeev Buyum, who we're going to do a video on next. But ahead of Quinn Hughes, Charlie McAvoy, Owen Power, so you know what? Ahead of some pretty big names. Now, the other thing is that he has been nominated for 3 awards for Big Ten hockey, and that's Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and Freshman of the Year. And actually, the winners will be announced on March 19th. So that's pretty neat that he is nominated for 3 awards in his freshman year. Very impressive, actually. Okay, and as always, we're going to take a look at his skating, his shooting, passing, puck control, his compete level and defensive play, and what he needs to improve upon. So the first thing is the skating, and you're going to notice this is the one thing that really shines with Artyom Levshunov. He is a really good skater for a big, big person. Now look at this. This little sequence here is you're seeing the edge work, the back and forth, the side to side, that mobility, and you love to see that in the defenseman. And so he brings that to the table. He's an excellent, excellent skater. And, you know, for his size, like I said, great 4-way mobility, has a nice full stride mechanics. You'll see that in a second, and a decent acceleration, actually. So right here, you're going to see him with the acceleration and that stride. Look at this. He just blows by that. Look at that. Look at that. And he comes and he snipes one. So, you know, these are all skating traits you want to see in a big mobile defenseman. And he uses his skating to join the rush, as you can see in this video clip. And that is really important for a defenseman, especially nowadays in today's hockey. We love to see defensemen that engage and that are willing to take that, you know, chance to join the rush and help offensively. And Levshunov is not afraid of that. Now, there are times when he kind of, you know, chooses the wrong time, I guess you could say, when to join the rush, but nevertheless, great skater. All right, shooting. Now, this is one thing that I would say he needs a little bit of a work on. He's got a decent shot, like, you know, you'll see it here. This is a nice little one-timer here. And definitely, if he worked on his shooting, I think that he would have more goals or more shots through traffic. There's a lot of times when he's trying to, you know, he's missing the net or he's hitting, you know, bodies in front. So a little bit of work on that, and I think that, but, you know, you look at this clip right here. That's a great shot. That's a great shot. Just, I guess, finding lanes is probably the biggest thing that he needs to work on. All right, passing. So he's definitely, you know, when you got almost a point a game as a defenseman in the NCAA, especially in a freshman year, you know that he's going to be a decent passer, and he definitely has some offensive upside, I guess you could say. In terms of passing, I'd say that's probably you know, better than his shooting, but he, you know, anticipation right there, that's a nice read. So he knew that what he was doing before the puck even touched his stick. So these are things that you want to see in the defenseman. And the other thing is outlet passes, is him getting the puck out of the zone. And watch this dart down the ice here. Woo! What a pass! That is a nice one out of the D zone there. So comes around the net there, sees the open ice, and he just laser beam right up the middle. Look at that touch pass, and they end up getting a goal. So the passing is on point. He's got some pretty nice passing. Sometimes gets a little anxious. I'm going to show you in the what he needs to work on clips. Sometimes he's rushing the play, I guess, rushing passes. So we'll talk about that later. All right, puck control. Another thing that probably could work on a little bit. I wouldn't necessarily say that he is the most confident player with the puck on his stick, especially like the stick handling component of it. But he, there are times when he shows right there. That's a nice play. This is back when he played in the USHL. So this was last season. But I just wanted to show that he does have that ability, a little bit of toe drag there, which is pretty nice. So that one was nice. And then this one here, you're going to see a little nifty move there, and then the pass. And they get the scoring chance on that one. So there are flashes of it, but he doesn't necessarily use it to his advantage, I would say. He probably could work on that a little bit more, be a little more confident with the puck on his stick. So this one here, you're going to see this is confidence right here. And then, he's going to do a little drop pass there. So, nice, easy zone exit here, although it is on the power play. So, but this is the kind of things that, you want to see. He's got a little pressure there, not too much. And then he kind of clears the zone and gets the puck out, basically. All right, so compete and his defensive play. This is where he shines. Levshunov is really good defensively. He knows how to read plays. Like, look at this one. And then he gaps up on this player, and then he just takes a puck away, says, thank you very much. And then look at this. And then he joins the rush. So see that component of him, the transition game. He has that dialed down. But that's a nice defensive play right there. He didn't rush it. He kind of slowed the pace, waited for the opposition to kind of make a mistake, I guess you could say. So this one here, you're going to see he's going to read the play. This is a great defensive play here. So he's gapping properly. Look at that. It's a perfect gap. And then picks off the pass. Says, thank you very much. And look at that. Nice little dish to get the zone entry and the scoring chance. So the defensive part of his game, he's an excellent two-way defenseman and putting up respectable offensive numbers, like I said. And so that is one thing that you love to see in a defenseman. And he definitely has that. He plays both the penalty kill and the power play. Look at this hit. So I'm going to show some hitting now. I posted this on Twitter. A few hits. Now there's a lot more, but I put a couple games here against Wisconsin. Look at that, boom, dropping guys left and right. I love it. You love a D that loves to engage physically, and Levshunov, yeah, he says, get out of the way, boom, lays the boom. So not only for that, for shots, but also for body checks. Okay, what he needs to improve upon. So there are some concerns about his decision making. So you can see this one right here, just a little soft pass into nowhere. And when to activate or sit back. So there's time, that transition play. With more development, he definitely could pan out to be a great two-way defender. But there are times when he sits back when he's not supposed to, or when he, joins the rush when he's not supposed to. So, but for the most part, easily can be fixed upon, that progression there. Another bad pass. He kind of recovers it, though, and gets the zone entry. But you'll see here, I'm not really sure who he's passing it to here. So he's not really paying attention there, and it hits the defense's skate. So there are times, like I said, his decision making can work a little bit on that. We'll talk about that at the end of the video. And then this one here, same thing, a little pass in the middle of nowhere there. So there are times that once or twice a game where he kind of he messes up the pass, rushes the play a little bit there. Okay, so strengths, skating, great skater, four-way mobility, side to side, stops and goes, acceleration, great stuff. His defensive play, like I said, one of the better defensemen in this draft. So his compete and his physicality, likes to take the body, not afraid to, muck it up in the corners. And I love that in a defenseman. He's looking at the body, getting pucks away from opposition based on his physical play. Now, what he needs to work upon, like I said, the decision-making, when to activate, when to sit back, some kind of, passing issues here and there. His shooting, I want to see more shots on net getting through. A lot of times shots are missing the net or they're getting blocked. And then the puck control, stick handling, be a little more confident with the puck on his stick at times. But for the most part, these are easy things that you can fix. He's definitely a top 10, possibly top 5 in this draft. He's going to go high. He is going to go high. He's a right-handed shot, and the NHL love that. So we're going to see Artyom Levshunov, the Belarusian, he's going to go high in the 2024 NHL Draft. And that is it for today. Please subscribe, hit that like button. Let's hit the 7K mark. I appreciate everything. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.